Have you ever felt like a loved one who has passed is trying to send you a sign in your everyday life? Maybe it's a dream that feels more vivid than usual, a strange coincidence that seems too uncanny to be just a random event or a feeling. You can't explain a sense of their presence even though they are no longer physically with you. These are the kinds of signs that some people believe we may receive from those who have crossed over. It's not always something you can easily explain or rationalize, but it feels real in your heart. Today we're going to explore these signs and the meaning they may hold in our lives. The concept of signs from the deceased is something that spans across cultures and spiritual beliefs. Many cultures believe that the souls of our loved ones continue to watch over us, offering us guidance, comfort, and sometimes even warnings or reassurance through subtle signs. But what do these signs truly mean? Are they just coincidences, or could there be a deeper spiritual connection at play? And how can we recognize and interpret these signs when they appear in our lives? I'm sure you've had moments when you felt the presence of a deceased loved one, even if it was a small sign that brought comfort and peace. It might not have been anything dramatic, maybe it was a familiar smell, the sound of a voice or a dream that made you feel as though they were reaching out to you. These moments are incredibly powerful, even though they can be hard to explain. But they offer us a sense of connection, a reminder that the bond we share with those we love doesn't necessarily end when they pass away. These signs can be a bridge between the spirit world and our physical world. They can provide us with a sense of closure, comfort, and sometimes even clarity when we need it the most. They're subtle reminders that we are not alone, that our loved ones are still with us in some form, watching over us and guiding us through the challenges of life. But the question remains, are these signs really messages from those who have passed, or are they simply the product of our minds trying to cope with grief? That's what we're going to explore together today. Perhaps you've experienced a time when you suddenly found yourself thinking about someone who passed away only for something to happen shortly after. Maybe you've found an object they used to own, or a memory of them came rushing back at a moment when you needed them the most. These occurrences might seem like random coincidences, but some believe they are more than just chance. These could be the signs, subtle yet powerful, guiding us or giving us messages from beyond. We all know that the world around us is full of energy, both seen and unseen. Many people believe that when we open ourselves to the possibility of a connection with the spirit world, we become more attuned to these signs. They may come in the form of something familiar. Perhaps you hear a song that your loved one always played, or you suddenly see their favourite flower blooming in a place you never expected. It's as if the universe is conspiring to show you that they're still near, watching over you in their own way. It's in these small, often inexplicable moments that we can feel their presence the most. But let's face it, the idea of receiving signs from the deceased isn't always easy to accept. It can be difficult to tell the difference between a random event and something truly meaningful. After all, we all want to believe that the people we love are still with us in some form. And sometimes it takes a leap of faith to allow ourselves to believe in something beyond what we can see or understand. That's why it's important to stay open-minded and open-hearted. The signs from those who have passed may not always be as dramatic as we would like them to be, but that doesn't make them any less significant. They may appear when we least expect it, but they always seem to arrive at the moments when we need them most. These signs help us heal, find peace, and move forward with a sense of hope and connection. If you find this topic interesting, don't forget to hit like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos on spirituality and the connections between worlds. By subscribing, you'll be able to join us as we explore more about how the spiritual world and our everyday lives intertwine. Together we can learn to recognize the signs, embrace the messages, and connect more deeply with the energies that surround us. So as we dive deeper into this topic, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever received a sign from a loved one who has passed away? Perhaps something small but significant. Leave a comment below and let's share our experiences together. Whether it's a feeling, a dream, or a strange coincidence, these moments are part of our collective experience, and they remind us that we are never truly alone. Thank you for watching, and let's continue exploring these fascinating and meaningful connections together. When our loved ones pass away, they may not completely leave us. The signs they send can appear in our everyday lives, sometimes in the smallest ways, but carrying deep meaning. We often think of death as the end of a relationship, but for many it is the beginning of a new form of connection. Through these signs, the deceased can communicate with us in ways that are often subtle, but incredibly meaningful. These signs don't have to be grand or dramatic. They are often small moments that speak volumes to our hearts. In this section, we'll explore some of the most common signs that people receive from the deceased, signs that offer comfort, connection, and sometimes even guidance. Dreams about the deceased are one of the most common and widely recognized signs. Many people experience vivid dreams where their deceased loved ones appear to them. These dreams can be incredibly powerful, often leaving a lasting impression that lingers long after waking. The deceased may appear in dreams to comfort, convey a message, or simply show that they are still with us in spirit. Dreams are often seen as a bridge between the living world and the spirit world, allowing for communication between the two. The deceased might not appear in a dream every night, but when they do, it's often at a time when we need them most. These dreams can feel incredibly real, and many people report feeling a deep sense of peace and reassurance after experiencing them. One of the most profound aspects of these dreams is the emotional connection that they can provide. In the dream, the deceased might offer words of comfort or give us a sense of closure that we were unable to receive before their passing. Sometimes the dream may even include a message or a piece of advice that helps guide us through a challenging time in our lives. While some might dismiss these dreams as just the subconscious mind at work, for many they are seen as a form of spiritual communication, a way for our loved ones to let us know that they are still with us. Another common sign from the deceased involves sounds and smells that seem to come from nowhere. You might suddenly hear a familiar voice or the sound of footsteps even though you know no one is around. This can be particularly significant if it's a voice you recognize, such as the voice of the deceased calling your name or saying something familiar. The sound may not always be a clear message, but it can bring a sense of comfort and connection. Similarly, certain smells are often associated with the deceased. Maybe you catch a whiff of a perfume or cologne that the person used to wear, or the scent of their favorite flower or food. These smells may appear at random in places where they shouldn't be, but they are often a sign that the deceased is trying to reach out. Many people find that when these smells appear, they are often accompanied by a sudden wave of memories or emotions reinforcing the feeling that their loved one is still present. These experiences can be comforting and are often seen as signs that the deceased are still watching over us, reaching out to let us know they are near. For some, these signs provide reassurance that their loved ones are still looking out for them, even from the other side. Another type of sign from the deceased can manifest as strange coincidences. These coincidences often happen at times when we are in need of guidance, clarity, or comfort. You might find an object that belonged to the deceased, such as a piece of jewelry, a book, or even a photograph at a time when you are thinking about them or when you need a sign from them. These objects may appear in unexpected places, and the timing of their appearance can feel like more than just coincidence. One example of this could be finding a letter or a note from the deceased that you thought was lost or forgotten. Maybe it's something they wrote before passing or something they left behind for you to find. The appearance of such an object can be incredibly meaningful, as it might feel like a message from the deceased offering you comfort or guidance. Strange coincidences can also happen in the form of numbers, dates, or events that seem to be directly related to the deceased. For example, you might see their birthday repeatedly on clocks, license plates, or addresses, or you might find yourself in a place that holds special meaning to them at just the right moment. These coincidences can serve as a reminder that the deceased are still connected to us in some way, providing us with signs and signals that we are not alone. Sometimes you may feel a powerful sense that the deceased is near you. This feeling may not always be accompanied by physical signs like sounds or smells, but it can be just as powerful. It's a sensation that is difficult to describe, but it's often described as a feeling of warmth, peace, or a sense of comfort. You might suddenly feel like the deceased is standing right next to you, or that they are watching over you, offering you their love and support. These strong feelings can occur during significant moments in your life, such as when you're making an important decision, experiencing a difficult time, or celebrating a milestone. The feeling that the deceased is near can be incredibly reassuring, especially when you're feeling uncertain or alone. It's often described as a reminder that they are still with you, guiding you and supporting you from the other side. The power of these feelings is not necessarily in their physical manifestation, but in the emotional comfort they bring. They can provide a deep sense of connection and remind us that love transcends physical death. Even though we may not be able to see our loved ones, these feelings are a sign that they are still a part of our lives, still present in ways we may not always understand. A friend of mine shared a story that exemplifies these signs perfectly. After her mother passed away, she began hearing her mother's favourite music playing in the house, at moments when she felt particularly uncertain or overwhelmed. At first, my friend thought it was just a coincidence, perhaps the radio playing at random. But over time, she began to notice that it wasn't just any random song. It was the song her mother loved, and it seemed to appear during the most important or challenging times in her life. It was always when my friend needed reassurance or when she was making a big decision. As time went on, my friend started to feel that the music was her mother's way of reaching out, offering her comfort and guidance. It was as if her mother was reminding her that she was still there looking out for her even though she was no longer physically present. This experience brought my friend a sense of peace and connection, reinforcing the idea that our loved ones don't truly leave us. They continue to offer love and support in ways that may be hard to explain but that are undeniably real. These are just a few of the common signs that people experience from the deceased. Whether it's through vivid dreams, familiar sounds or smells, strange coincidences, or strong feelings of presence, these signs provide comfort and reassurance. They remind us that our loved ones continue to be a part of our lives even after they've passed away. Though these signs may be subtle, their impact is often profound, helping us feel connected to those we've lost and offering us guidance when we need it most. By recognizing these signs and paying attention to the messages they bring, we can maintain our bond with those who have crossed over, knowing that love transcends time and space. Recognizing and interpreting signs from the deceased isn't always easy. You might feel confused about the meaning of these signs, especially when they first appear. It's natural to question whether they are truly messages or just random events. However, by staying open and paying attention to the feelings, sensations, and patterns around you, you can gain a better understanding. The key is to approach these experiences with an open heart and mind and to trust that these signs are meaningful, even if they don't always come in a form you immediately recognize. In this section, we'll explore how to recognize and interpret these signs from the deceased and how they can guide us on our spiritual journeys. One of the first steps in recognizing signs from the deceased is learning to listen to your own emotions and intuition. Our emotions and gut feelings often serve as a channel through which the deceased can communicate with us. While these signs may not always be obvious, your emotional state can provide valuable insight into whether something is truly a message from a loved one who has passed. The most common ways signs from the deceased show up is through the feeling of their presence. Sometimes you might feel a sudden wave of warmth, peace, or calmness that seems to come out of nowhere. It might happen when you're thinking about them or when you're going through a difficult moment. This feeling can often feel like a comforting embrace or a subtle reassurance that they are still with you, even though they are no longer physically present. The presence of a deceased loved one can manifest as a sense of comfort, as though they are right next to you, offering support during a moment of need. Some people describe this feeling as if their loved one is watching over them, and it brings a sense of peace in knowing that they are still present in some way. This experience is often felt when you are most vulnerable or when you're going through a challenging time. The deceased may be reaching out to let you know that they are there, providing their love and encouragement. While this feeling of presence can be subtle, it is a powerful form of connection. It's important to trust your feelings during these moments and recognize them for what they are. A sign that the deceased are still watching over you, offering comfort and guidance in ways that go beyond physical presence. Another crucial aspect of recognizing these signs is tuning into your intuition and developing your spiritual awareness. Our intuition often acts as a bridge between the physical world and the spiritual realm, allowing us to sense messages and signs that may not be immediately visible to the naked eye. When you open your heart and trust this intuitive connection, you may realize that the signs you're receiving are not random, but rather messages being conveyed from the other side. Intuition works in many different ways. It can show up as a strong gut feeling, a sudden thought that seems out of place, or even a whisper in your mind that feels comforting and reassuring. For example, you may be standing in a room and feel a deep sense of knowing that someone you love is near, even though they're no longer physically with you. This intuitive sense can provide clarity when you're faced with decisions or doubts. It may guide you when you're unsure of which path to take or offer insights into a situation where you need support. The key to connecting with your intuition is to trust your feelings and instincts. Often we dismiss these gut feelings as unimportant or try to explain them away, but they are a form of spiritual communication. When you trust your intuition, you allow yourself to tap into a deeper connection with the spirit world, which can open you up to receiving more signs and messages from those who have passed. Signs from the deceased often appear at moments of significance when you are faced with an important decision or going through a difficult period in your life. These signs are not random, but are meant to guide you or offer comfort during moments of uncertainty. When you are struggling with a decision or feeling overwhelmed, it's not uncommon for signs to appear offering you reassurance or direction. These signs can take on many forms, but their appearance is often tied to key moments in our lives. For example, if you're about to make a life-changing decision such as moving to a new city or starting a new job, you might notice a sign from the deceased just when you need it most. This sign might be something small like a song that reminds you of them, or something more specific like finding an object that belonged to them during a time of doubt. In these moments, it's as though the deceased are reaching out to offer their support, guiding you as you navigate your way through life's challenges. It's important to recognize these signs when they appear during moments of vulnerability or decision-making. They are often messages that offer reassurance, letting you know that you are on the right path or that you are not alone. These signs are meant to comfort you and to remind you that the deceased are still with you, offering their guidance even from beyond the physical world. A friend of mine shared a deeply moving story about how she received a sign from her father after he passed away. She was at a crossroads in her life, facing a major decision about her career. She had been feeling torn about what to do and was unsure of which direction to take. On the very day she had to make this big decision, she found an old photo of her father that she had not seen in years. It was an old photograph she had kept in a box of memories tucked away in a drawer. But that day when she opened the drawer, the photo was the first thing she saw. Looking at the photo, she felt an overwhelming sense of comfort and reassurance. It was as if her father was right there with her, offering his guidance and support. The timing of the photo's appearance was uncanny, and it brought her a deep sense of peace. She felt that her father was reassuring her that everything would be fine, and that the decision she was about to make was the right one for her. That moment helped her move forward with confidence, knowing that her father's spirit was with her, providing the strength she needed during a time of uncertainty. This real-life example illustrates how signs from the deceased can appear during pivotal moments in our lives. Whether it's a dream, a photo, or a feeling of presence, these signs help us navigate life's challenges and decisions, offering comfort, guidance, and reassurance. Recognizing and interpreting signs from the deceased can be a deeply personal and spiritual experience. It requires an open heart, a willingness to trust your intuition, and an understanding that these signs are meant to guide you through life's most important moments. By listening to your emotions, paying attention to special moments, and trusting your spiritual awareness, you can begin to recognize the signs that your loved ones are sending. These signs are not just coincidences, they are meaningful messages that remind us that our loved ones are still with us, guiding and supporting us from beyond the physical world. By opening yourself up to these experiences, you can create a deeper connection with those who have passed and gain the wisdom and comfort they are trying to share with you. Signs from the deceased not only help us feel their presence, but also help us find strength and direction in our lives. These signs can be a powerful source of encouragement during difficult times, offering comfort, clarity, and reassurance. When we experience these signs, they go beyond just being in connection with the deceased. They serve as guiding lights, helping us navigate through life's challenges, decisions, and emotional turmoil. In many ways, these signs help us understand that we are not alone, that our loved ones continue to walk with us in spirit, providing us with the strength we need to move forward. One of the most profound impacts of receiving signs from the deceased is the feeling of comfort and reassurance they bring. These signs remind us that even though our loved ones are no longer physically present, their love, care, and support are still with us. In our moments of vulnerability, fear, or uncertainty, the presence of these signs can provide us with the emotional comfort we need to face life's challenges. Imagine going through a particularly tough time, whether it's grieving the loss of a loved one, dealing with a difficult personal situation, or simply feeling lost in life. In these moments, receiving a sign from someone who has passed away can feel like a warm embrace from the beyond. It can be the smell of their favourite perfume, a song they loved playing at a time when you need to hear it most, or even a dream where they speak to you offering wisdom and peace. These signs are often subtle, but their effect is profound. They reassure us that our loved ones have not truly left us. They are still with us in ways we might not fully understand, but their presence continues to comfort us. The emotional impact of these signs is not just about feeling less alone. It's about feeling supported and understood. The deceased may not always provide clear answers, but the emotional connection they offer through these signs brings a sense of peace and belonging. It's as if they are sending us a message that everything will be okay, that we are loved and cared for, and that they are watching over us. These moments of reassurance are vital for our healing and emotional well-being, especially during difficult or transitional periods in our lives. In addition to offering comfort, the signs from the deceased can also provide guidance in times of major decision-making. Life is full of pivotal moments, decisions that shape our future, challenge our beliefs, and alter our path. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed by these decisions, unsure of which direction to take. During these times, a sign from a deceased loved one can serve as a guiding force, offering clarity and helping us make choices that align with our values and our true self. For example, if you are facing a big decision such as moving to a new place, changing careers, or starting a new chapter in your life, the presence of a sign can help you gain perspective on the situation. These signs are often subtle, but can make a significant impact on how we view a decision. They might appear as a feeling of inner peace when you are considering one option over another, or perhaps they manifest as a recurring theme or message that reappears at key moments. This can help you realize that one choice feels more aligned with your true purpose, or that it's time to take a leap of faith. The signs from the deceased may also bring to light forgotten desires, long-held dreams, or things that you may have previously dismissed. Sometimes the signs can challenge us to take action on things we've been hesitant to pursue, like reconnecting with an old passion or following a dream that we once thought was unattainable. In these moments, the deceased may be offering us not just comfort, but encouragement to move forward, make bold decisions, and trust that we are being guided toward the right path. It's important to note that these signs are not meant to make the decisions for us, but rather to help us see our options more clearly and to trust our instincts. By paying attention to these signs, we can better understand our own desires, motivations, and fears. The guidance provided by the deceased helps us make decisions that are more aligned with who we are and who we want to become. A woman shared a deeply personal story about receiving a sign from her late husband. He had always encouraged her to pursue her passion for art, something she had abandoned years ago due to the pressures of daily life and family responsibilities. After her husband's passing, she found herself at a crossroads, unsure of what direction to take in her life. She felt a deep sense of loss and was unsure of how to move forward without his support. One day, while reflecting on her life and the decision she needed to make, she came across an old sketchbook of her husband's. As she flipped through the pages, she found a note he had written to her many years ago, encouraging her to never give up on her artistic dreams. The note was a simple, loving reminder of what she had once loved and what she had put aside. At that moment, she felt a powerful sense of her husband's presence, as though he was reassuring her that it was time to pursue her passion once again. She took this sign as a clear message from him, urging her to reconnect with her love for art. Feeling comforted and guided, she decided to enroll in an art class and slowly began to rebuild her creative pursuits. She found peace in the decision, knowing that her husband's spirit was with her, supporting her as she followed her heart. The sign wasn't just a reminder of her past dreams, but a catalyst for her to take action and move forward in a way that honoured both her husband's memory and her own passions. This story illustrates the profound impact that signs from the deceased can have on our lives. In a time of uncertainty, the sign from her husband gave her the courage to pursue her dreams again, to take a step toward a more fulfilling and meaningful life. It was a reminder that her loved one was still present, still guiding her, and still encouraging her to live authentically. The meaning and impact of these signs from the deceased go far beyond just offering comfort. They are powerful tools of guidance, helping us find strength in moments of weakness, clarity in times of doubt, and direction when we feel lost. The deceased may no longer be physically with us, but their presence continues to shape our lives through these signs. Whether they are small, fleeting moments or profound life-changing experiences, these signs remind us that we are never truly alone. They are our loved ones, offering love, comfort, and guidance from beyond, helping us find our way in this world and giving us the strength to continue moving forward. So the signs from the deceased can be a powerful and comforting connection between the other side and our world. They help us feel their presence, guide us through difficult decisions, and offer us peace. Whether it's through dreams, feelings, or strange coincidences, these signs serve as a reminder that we are not alone, that our loved ones are still with us in spirit, and that love and connection transcend physical death. The messages they send are not just fleeting moments. They carry meaning and significance, reminding us of the bonds we share with those who have passed. These signs can appear in unexpected ways, often at the most crucial or vulnerable moments in our lives. They may not always be loud or dramatic, but their presence is felt deeply, offering comfort when we need it most. It's easy to dismiss these experiences as coincidences, but when you start to recognize and accept these signs as part of a larger spiritual connection, they can bring immense peace and clarity. They offer us guidance, remind us to trust ourselves, and reinforce the idea that we are supported even when we can't see or hear our loved ones physically. By recognizing these signs, we can deepen our connection with those who have passed and begin to understand that they continue to be a part of our lives in different ways. These signs may not always offer immediate answers or solutions, but they provide a sense of assurance that we are on the right path. They encourage us to stay open to the messages around us and to trust that the universe and our loved ones are always there, sending us guidance in ways we may not always fully understand. Start opening yourself to the signs around you. The universe and our loved ones are constantly sending messages, and by paying attention, you can receive comfort and guidance. When you notice these signs, don't be afraid to acknowledge them. Recognize that they are not just coincidences, but rather meaningful connections with the spirit world. Whether it's a familiar scent, a dream, a chance encounter, or a feeling of presence, these signs are ways that our loved ones communicate with us, reminding us that love never truly ends. Let these signs guide you on your journey. They may help you find clarity in difficult moments, provide comfort during times of grief, or simply reassure you that you are not alone. Opening your heart to these messages can deepen your connection with the world beyond and bring you peace in knowing that your loved ones are still watching over you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. I'll be continuing to explore topics about spirituality, connections with the afterlife, and how we can find comfort and guidance from those who have passed. Leave a comment below and share with me the signs you've noticed from the deceased in your life. I'd love to hear your stories and experiences, and together we can continue to learn about the many ways we can stay connected to our loved ones, even after they are gone. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.